Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Today's video is going to be the plan with me for August 2021. And for this month's theme, I chose a little summery lavender and dragonfly theme. I was thinking about maybe doing 2 months of spooky because I put a lot of pressure on myself to do something cute for October because it's my favorite month of the year and Halloween is my favorite. And then I mess it up and then I'm disappointed. So I think I'm going to take the pressure off and do a couple of spooky months, or who knows, maybe I'll just do spooky for the rest of the year. Spooky Thanksgiving, spooky Christmas, spooky everything. Maybe next year I'll do all spooky themes. It remains to be seen. And the only way you'll know is if you subscribe to my channel. Alright, so back to this month. So yeah, purple's my favorite color, so I'm pretty happy about this theme. Purple is very soothing and relaxing to me, so I think that'll be really nice as we round out the summer. I know it's not the end of summer. The end of summer is in September. It's like the 21st or something, or the 21st is the beginning of fall, but it's the last full month. So for the lavender, I just did they're just tall stalks, so I did one stalk and then I did a bunch of purple little loops, and I drew a lot of them, so sometimes I'm drawing them separately, sometimes I'm drawing them kind of almost cloud-like with little lumps or whatever, and then sometimes I'm drawing them as hearts, you'll see. So I mean, you make a lot of loops, you develop a technique at some point. So I did them in a darker purple, then the background, which is in a light purple, and then the shading for the block A is in a more medium purple. I'll write everything out underneath of what colors I used. And then I used a nice kind of sage type green, and I drew the stalks for them and the leaves for those. And those are all inside of the A, which I thought was cute to kind of keep the picture in there. And then I added in a few dragonflies, which are also kind of a very similar loop shape, obviously bigger, and some of them are more angled, but that's really just my hand drawing things however it feels like in the moment. And then for the wings of those, I do them in a very pale blue, but I make some changes to it later, you'll see. So I did 4 of them, and then I added little dots of movement, so it looks like they just are flying around. I thought that was cute. And I gave them little antennas. And I'm drawing these with my Pigma Micron 1, which is a bit more of a felt tip kind of marker type thing. And this is the light blue. It's a Tombow 451. And now I'm outlining everything with a Pigma Micron 08 because I wanted a little bit thicker line for the outline of the A. And then when I go back and do the lavender outlines, I'm going to use a 03 because I needed a much finer tip to do the small detailing like that. This theme is very loopy because even the leaves are the same kind of looping as the lavender and the dragonfly wings. So I really made that motion with my hand a lot, and trust me, at the end when you see my weekly layout, my hand really was cramping at that one. You'll see I also switched up my recording style a little bit this week. I recorded from 2 different angles, so I switch back and forth between those, kind of make things interesting, liven it up a little bit over here. I maybe should have used a little clip on the side there to hold my book together, but it was my first time. I'm always trying new things, trying to keep it interesting for you guys. I also thought it might be interesting if I gave you guys some facts and information on lavender and dragonflies as we go through this. So as I draw these little loops and I outline this lavender, it's interesting to know, and I'm just learning this, that Lavender is actually part of the mint family. It's one of 47 known species of flowering plants in the mint family. So that's really cool. Maybe that's why they're both so fragrant. Maybe it's just a very fragrant family. Lavender is the common name for lavandula. It is found in Cape Verde, the Canary Islands, and from Europe across to northern and eastern Africa, the Mediterranean, Southwest Asia to India. Pause on the information to talk about the fact that we've now moved on to the 2-page calendar layout. I outlined it and I skipped through that for you and saved you that. So it's pretty standard from what I normally do, which is that I just do it in the shape of the month from the beginning to the end. I don't have any extra boxes in there. Nice and convenient that this month starts on a Sunday. I like that. To the right, you'll see that I have 5 more boxes. And for that, I'm going to be using it as my YouTube planner. Instead of using a full page spread for it like I have been doing. Because I actually put 2 brand new spreads in here that I've never used before and never done before, so I'm pretty excited just to show those to you. I hope you like them. And then down at the bottom here, I drew some more lavender and dragonflies to bring that over from the first page, and then I drew another big long lavender to the left side of the calendar as well. So back to lavender facts. I wanted to talk about their culinary uses because I don't think before I moved to the West Coast that I had ever had lavender in an edible form before. So when I saw it offered as a coffee flavor, I was like, what? It's actually pretty good. It's pretty sweet. But it definitely tastes how it smells, if that makes sense. So yeah, so culinary lavender is usually English lavender. It's the most used species in cooking. As an aromatic, it has a sweet fragrance with lemon or citrus notes. It is used as a spice or condiment in pastas, salads, dressings, and desserts. And I can't say that I've ever had it in pasta, salad, or dessert, but you know, there's always time for that, right? Their buds are green and used in teas. And their buds, processed by bees, are the essential ingredient of monofloral honey. For most cooking applications, the dried buds, which are also referred to as flowers, are used. Lavender grains have a more subtle flavor when compared to rosemary. So that's interesting. So I guess you can use the buds or you can use the green parts as well. And that tastes more like rosemary. Cool. You can also make lavender syrup, and that's what they use in coffee. And you can also use the syrups in scones or like baking stuff. Like you can make lavender scones and marshmallows. Very, very interesting. You can also use it in honey. Honey lavender is a big flavor. Lemon lavender is really good as well. Vanilla lavender. They have like lavender sodas out here too that you can find. I think they're a local company. I can't remember what their name is, but they come in a glass bottle, and those are pretty good too. Other uses for lavender. Flower spikes are used for dried flower arrangements. The fragrant pale purple flowers and flower buds are used in potpourri. Lavender is also used as an herbal filler inside sachets used to freshen linens. Dried and sealed in pouches, lavender flowers are placed among stored items of clothing to give a fresh fragrance and to deter moths, actually. That's interesting, so that your stuff doesn't have to smell like mothballs. Lavender is also used in scented waters and sachets. I mean, the uses for lavender are endless, it seems like. You can eat it, you can put it on your body, you can put it in your clothes, and it smells wonderful. And I'm sure like essential oils and stuff, you can like burn them, they'll smell up your whole house and everything. I personally really like lavender, and that's why it's in my book. So we've switched to the next page, and the next page, or the next 2 pages, are the new spreads that I was talking about that I've never done before. So I've been feeling a little down in the dumps, and I think I need to just do some more things for me. I'm spending, you know, like most of us, just getting up, going to work, coming home, cooking dinner, cleaning up from dinner, watching a couple episodes of TV, and going to bed, and doing it over and over again during the week. So I really want to really take some time to do something special for myself, at least once a week, to really like boost my spirits. So I made a self-care list, and I was going to color all of these doodles in, but that would throw off the aesthetic because they would be all different colors. And I also thought it might be a fun idea if I just winged and colored them in as I used them, or as I practiced that self-care. So it's not just a pretty page that's covered in cute little doodles, but it's also kind of a tracker, because if at the end of the month I haven't used or participated in, you know, a few of those, then I know that they're not really something that I gravitate towards for self-care specifically. And I'll know that because it won't be colored in. So, I don't know. Seemed good. The top couple of rows here are take a bath, go for a walk, listen to music, have a cup of tea, cuddle my pets, which is a big self-care for me. I love my little babies. I have a cat and a dog and a hamster. I don't cuddle with the hamster though, but I do cuddle with the other 2. I also was drawing this at nighttime, and it was a little bit dark, so I guess I got off of my boxes. These boxes, I believe, are 6x6 is what the space I gave myself to draw and write, just to like keep it even. And when I started outlining them for the video, I realized that they were off, but only the top 2 rows. The bottom rows were fine. So I'm not really sure what that was about. So I ended up having to like fully redraw a couple of them, like the headphones and the drink water and the candle. Like I had to completely redraw them. So they didn't come out quite as cute the second time around, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. It still serves its purpose. Yeah, the other couple of things on those rows are drinking water, burning a candle, and burning incense. Just really having like a scent activity, as we call them at work, some aromatics to soothe the soul. Maybe I'll get some lavender stuff. That makes sense. So the last little bit I'm going to read to you about lavender, this is all from Wikipedia, by the way, so you are privy to all of this information. It's free out on the internet. But I wanted to talk about in history and culture. During Roman times, flowers were sold for 100 denarii a pound, which was about the same as a month's wages for a farm laborer, or 50 haircuts from the local barber. Good gravy, it seems expensive for lavender, but cheap for haircuts. Its late Latin name was lavandarius, from lavanda, which means things to be washed, and from the verb lavare, to wash. Huh. Very interesting. So it's synonymous with laundry and clean smelling things, it seems like. I mean, I just made that last part up. That's just how I feel about it. I did not read that part from Wikipedia. Yeah. It's also been used in England in jam by Queen Elizabeth in the 1600s. And in the 1970s, a blend of herbs called Herbes du Provence was invented by spice wholesalers, and that had lavender in it. So, I don't know, this is all interesting stuff that I just learned today. Back to the journal. I'm on the last couple rows now. The other things I have on here for myself are paint, doodle, journal, paint my nails, which is a thing that I like to do, but mostly only with quick drying nail polish because I am impatient. I really wanted to limit TV and shopping because I do enjoy those things, but I would like to go to the other things first, especially things like painting and doodling and stuff like that. I also have water plants and read are the last couple things on this page. On to the next page. It goes with the first page. I named it What Have You Done For You Lately, which is a play on a Janet Jackson song. If you know it, then you know it. I don't know if I can sing it on here. She might get mad at me. I'm just kidding. She doesn't know me, and nor is she probably ever going to see this video. But she does have a song. It's What Have You Done For Me Lately? So yeah, I thought it was funny, and if you're probably in your 30s or older, you might find it a funny title. Anyway, it's like I said, I was gonna try and do at least one thing a week for myself, and so I'm just gonna write in these boxes what I did that week and how it worked out for me, I guess. Just a little tracker to see how it works for me. I do really like my doodle page though. It came out really cute, except for a couple of wonky drawings that I had to draw on the spot. Like my little hanging plant, so cute. And then I also threw in a dragonfly and a couple of lavender plants on this page as well. Continuity, my friends, you gotta tie it all in. So while I'm drawing this dragonfly and then the lavender next to it, let's speak some facts about dragonflies. So I personally think that dragonflies are very pretty. They come in a lot of different colors, which I love. A dragonfly is an insect belonging to the Anisoptera family. They have unequal wings because the hind wing is broader than the forewing. So that's interesting, which I think you'd know that when you look at them, like the front wing is smaller than the back wing. Adult dragonflies are characterized by large, multifaceted eyes and 2 pairs of strong, transparent wings, sometimes with colored patches, and an elongated body. Fun fact, I once painted dragonflies on my fingernails and it came out super cute. If I knew where a picture was, I would insert it in this video for you. Many dragonflies have brilliant iridescent or metallic colors produced by structural coloration. Oh, I love iridescent things. Making them conspicuous in flight. Here's some interesting information. So the temporal range for dragonflies is early Jurassic to recent. Like, they have been around and seen it all. Fossils of very large dragonfly ancestors are found from 325 million years ago. That's wild. These had wingspans up to 750 millimeters, which is about 30 inches, and about 3,000 extant species are known. Most are tropical, with fewer species in the temperate regions. Loss of wetland habitat threatens dragonfly populations around the world. No, sad. Dragonflies are predators, both in their aquatic larval stage when they're known as nymphs, oh cute, and as adults. In some species, the nymphal stage lasts for up to 5 years. I didn't even know dragonflies live that long. Side note, I decided to add some purple into their wings because I thought it would look prettier, and it did, so then I went back and did it to all the dragonflies in the book. Alright, moving on to faves and photo pages. They are what they are, although I changed the name because it used to be called Memories, but realistically it's just photos of things I did throughout the month, so I changed it to Faves and Photos, and I added lavender. Okay, back to Dragonfly info. This is actually very interesting, and I'm sorry if you find it boring. In fact, please do tell me below if you enjoy me giving you facts and information about things while you're watching this video. I really do want your feedback. So anyways, the Nymphal Stage lasts for up to 5 years is the last thing I said, and then I was like, whoa, that's crazy. I never thought that they lived that long. And the adult stage may be as long as 10 weeks, but most species have an adult lifespan in the order of 5 weeks or less, and some survive for only a few days. So, I don't even know what that means. The next small section talks about their reproduction, and while it's interesting and you should go give it a read, I'm not gonna talk about it on here, but just know it does involve him grabbing her head, and they make a heart or wheel shape, so that is interesting information. Also interesting information, they're used for traditional medicine in Japan and China, and they are caught for food in Indonesia. They are symbols of courage, strength, and happiness in Japan, but seen as sinister in European folklore. Their bright colors and agile flight are admired in the poetry of Lord Tennyson and the prose of H.E. Bates. Alright, now we're moving on to the first weekly layout, and since I had just done a very doodle heavy page, I kind of tried to make it easy on myself, and also I've actually never done this style before with all these like kind of messy circles. I used all 3 of the purple markers, or the purple Tombows, to do this. You almost can't really tell the difference, especially not on camera, but in person I can see them. And then I used the green to write the date in the circle. And then I'm going to go through and painstakingly draw little lavender buds. Look, I learned something. I learned the word I'm supposed to be using for these. I'm going to go through and draw lavender buds all around every circle, because otherwise it didn't look as cute. And I do skip through that a little bit for you because it did take me a good, I think, 15-20 minutes to do this, so you don't want to watch all that. But I did want to go back to dragonflies for like just another minute, because it said that they were predators, and I really wanted to know what they eat. So remember that they are aquatic nymphs. Nymphs feed on a range of freshwater invertebrates, and larger ones can prey on tadpoles and small fish. That's wild. I mean, I guess that's why they're near water. That makes sense, but I never connected that in my brain before. Adults capture insect prey in the air, making use of their acute vision and highly controlled flight. Adult males vigorously defend territories near water. These areas provide suitable habitat for the larvae to develop and for females to lay their eggs. Swarms of feeding adults aggregate to prey on swarming prey, such as emerging flying ants or termites. So they are aggressive towards things that are trying to take their home. So yeah. Again, this is all information I got on Wikipedia. Feel free, obviously, to go look up more information because it was really interesting. The dragonflies were more interesting than the lavender. So now we are done with the month, so I'm going to my future log, and anything that I have written down for the month, I'm transferring into my monthly calendar. So this month I have an anniversary, a couple of birthdays, and a camping trip. I'm very excited. I'm going to the coast for a couple of days. It's like the first time that I've been on vacation in a hot minute, so I know it's only a couple of days, but it's still time away from the city, time away from my job, time away from my house. I mean, people from my house are coming with me, but you know. And then I also figured out what day I would want to upload the September bullet journal video, and I wrote that for week 4. Alright, so that's it, friends. I hope you enjoyed learning about lavender and dragonflies with me today while we worked on our journals for August. Leave any feedback below or hit me up on Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe, Also, feel free to like and comment, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!